Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, back to make you scream. I want to talk about Austin Theory. Oh, where is Austin Theory? He has been sidelined with the shoulder injury since July of last year, and we have not seen him on TV since. His last match was against Americano El Grande, and we want to know what's going on with our boy Austin Theory, right? There's been some rumors about Austin Theory, some nice ones, some good ones, but ultimately, there's supposed to be some plans, some big plans about Austin Theory's return. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what? Whistling in the rain, thoughts that always bring. Talking all about the moves in our grooves. Wrestling thoughts and thoughts we never forgot. Slamming down the truth in our booth. Conversations in the air with flair and care. Legends of the past, memories that last. Wrestling thoughts and thoughts, connecting the dots. From high flyer to submissions, we make our missions. From Raw to SmackDown, we wear the crown. NXT to AEW, we bring the view. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our slots. Fans united, always excited. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our spots.
All right, so the big rumor that's been going around is that he was supposed to join the Vision. He was supposed to be part of the Hill faction division with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, but that plan has reportedly been scrapped because of Seth Rollins' injury. But that does not necessarily mean that he will not join the Vision. Now, the other rumor was that he was supposed to be joining in on the Survivor Series War Games match. But as we can now see, that Team Vision has a stacked group of people with Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, and the likes of Drew McIntyre. So my assumption is that the position that Logan Paul has was supposed to be for Austin Theory, but they gave that to Logan Paul. Don't know why. Logan Paul is a good wrestler. Not throwing shade on him. Some of you guys like him. Some of you guys hate him. I think he's a great performer, especially being a guy coming from where he's coming from and able to adapt the way he's able to and putting on great matches. I give him an A+. But nonetheless, no plans have yet been circulating about Austin Theory, right? But what we do know is that WWE wants to use him in a big storyline when he comes back and he makes his grand return, right? So all of the possibilities are endless in regards to what WWE can do with Austin Theory. There's been a potential heel run with the Vision or a potential babyface turn that they are discussing will happen with Austin Theory when he returns. Now, just imagine how could Austin Theory return and be a big baby face? And do you guys think that Austin Theory could be that big baby face? There was a lot of talk about Austin Theory being the next John Cena because of his physical appearance. But when I look at Austin Theory, he doesn't remind me of John Cena. Not so much, more so like Randy Orton when I kind of feel his vibe and pick up on how he comes across. And I think that they can really use Theory as one of the future stars to put at the top when it comes to advancing the business to see who is that next big star that they need to put up there because all of our big stars are older. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, John Cena's retiring, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins are up in age. So we have Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Gunther, and Austin Theory is one of those guys who could potentially be placed up there. I also look at Mello as well. And we have LA Knight, who's also up there in age, which a lot of fans want to see him get a world title reign before he eventually retires or, just ages out. But I really think that WWE has a lot of space and a lot of room to make Austin Theory a top babyface. We already have a lot of top heels. I want to see WWE make a top babyface. We have one in the likes of Jey Uso. We have one in the likes of Cody Rhodes. We have one in the likes of CM Punk, but we need another top babyface to be made because we already have Gunther, we have Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker as new top heels, but we need another top babyface. It might be Austin Theory, but it very well could be Mello. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you want to see Austin Theory turn as a heel, or do you want to see him return as a babyface? Like, what do you guys want to see? Also, I think Austin Theory should change his finisher. I don't like the A-Town down. I think what would help his character be rebooted in a better light for fans to make him a lot more appealing is to give him a different finisher. Something a lot more dazzling that can wow the fans, woo them over, and win them over. If Austin Theory changed his finisher to something as good as like a RKO or like a rock bottom, I think fans will fall in love with him a lot more and really see more of his in-ring potential, because Austin Theory was always great on the mic. He was very comfortable, comfortable than most superstars, I can definitely say. And he was always great in the ring. He had never really showcased his true potential in the ring, but I believe that once Austin Theory gets that opportunity to show more of his in-ring ability, a lot of you fans will be pleased because, seeing what Austin Theory can do in the ring, he's pretty good. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about Austin Theory getting that main event push? And are you guys still open to a main event push for Austin Theory? Now, Austin Theory had a main event push when Vince McMahon was in charge, and it received a lot of resistance from the fans. It wasn't received well as far as Austin Theory being pushed as a world champion. But when you look at Dominic Mysterio, we felt the same way about him. We all rejected Dominic Mysterio. We looked at him as just flabby, truck driver or janitor who just put on his father's outfit and jumped in the ring and started doing a whole bunch of wrestling moves. I mean, Dominic Mysterio don't look like, he could punch a hole through a wet paper bag with scissors in his hands. I mean, this guy looks like he flips burgers or, drives trucks for a living. He doesn't really look like a wrestler. He has no muscle tone. This guy is flabby and small. At Dominic Mysterio's age, I believe Dominic is 27 or 26. But at that age, Randy Orton was looking like the way Randy Orton looks now. Like, Randy Orton was always in shape. At 22, Randy Orton, was in great shape. And I just look at how lazy Dominic looked. But when I look at Austin Theory, he's a guy who considers his shape and his size and understands that his appearance and appeal is very important as a performer, as we all do, right? Which is the reason why we always choose the big, powerful guys to cheer for, like Brock Lesnar, like Goldberg, like Bobby Lashley, like Triple H, all the big brawny guys with muscle, like John Cena, like Roman Reigns. So I think the way that the WWE was able to shift that love on Dominic Mysterio and pretty much allow us to grow with the character, to really like him, is something that they can do with Austin Theory. And I felt like that's what they should have did with Austin Theory at the time he was receiving the backlash. If they would have given Austin Theory the same type of attention and treatment that they've given Dominic Mysterio, then fans would have fell in love with Austin Theory the same way as a heel. But for some reason, they took that away. Don't know why. And I felt like Triple H should have kept pushing him. Triple H allowed him to win the United States title, not by Money in the Bank cash-in, which was a waste. He won the United States title with his wits and being very slick in the ring, which I thought was something that was cool because it added more credibility to him as a performer. But for some reason, they just stopped pushing him, and they decided to, pair him up with Grayson Waller. Now, he had somewhat of a push with Grayson Waller when they won the tag titles, but then afterwards, it's sort of like they kind of played the background and WWE shifted their direction somewhere else. But now I think it's the time that they should put that attention back on Austin Theory, because he is definitely leaded as far as star power is concerned. Now, what do you guys think in the comment section below? How do you think WWE is going to push Austin Theory? And are you guys open for another push for Austin Theory? Are you guys willing to give Austin Theory another chance? Because I said this about Jey Uso in one of my videos about giving Jey Uso a chance, right? Fans didn't want to give him a chance. They keep, giving him a thumbs down on the videos. Fans keep over critiquing his wrestling, saying that he's terrible in the ring. And then you got people like CM Punk, who's like super lazy in the ring, who don't really do as much as he used to do. And I don't care about his age, because there's guys like John Cena who still wrestle at peak, and there's Cody Rhodes who still wrestle at peak, and they're like close to his age anyway. And there's other guys in like AEW who still wrestle at peak. So I don't hear nothing about CM Punk's age or any excuses about that. But my point that I'm trying to make is that when you look at Jey Uso and look at him as a performer, right? A lot of fans are giving him backlash, right? And my point is that you should just give him the opportunity to grow. But when fans gave Dominic the opportunity to grow, now fans are cheering for Dominic. People have fell in love with Dominic. How is that so? You know how that's so? Because we allowed him to grow in front of us to see exactly how the storyline would develop. And I felt like if Austin Theory would have been given that same opportunity and that same consideration into his character and that same push, that exactly where Dominic is exactly where Austin Theory would be. And that's years prior, right? But WWE decided to kind of pull a plug on that. They still could have just kept pushing him because we would have brought into him because you guys would have been pushing him and we would have been able to see, the potential and the necessity of his character in storylines. But we'll see what WWE does with Austin Theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.